Get in there, you bunch of legends. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little video for you today, around about this lunchtime. Hope you're having a good day. I haven't been up too long, folks. We're just waking up over here, but thanks for getting in here, guys. Hope you're doing great today. Do us a favor at the start of the show and smash the old thumbs up button on it. Give it a huge like, and that will help us out. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't done so. And also give it a share around on social media. We've got it pinned at the top of the live chat. So do check out that and go give us a follow and give us a retweet over there. We'll give you a shout out later in the show. But we've got all the latest United news to get stuck into this afternoon, guys. Hope you're doing well today. Thank you for waiting patiently for us to get going. Had a couple of technical issues. Kate Cadet, how's it going? Sir Fire Key, Uncaged Squid, Jimmy Watkins, Duncan Belifo, Elliot Manduna, Sir Fire Key, Matty Gwinner, DLK Moose, the Kate Cadet, Friend, Madarens, Rory C, and Batman Night Fan, and Noble Armour, and Chris Barker, and all the rest of the legends as well. Thanks for getting in here. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, guys. Happy lunchtime. Manchester United, we could be back, baby. Bring on those Arsenal-Holland scummers. We're going to absolutely smash them up. Mikel Arteta's getting put in the bin, my friends. Come on. So we're going to talk about the roundup of the transfer window, really, is what we're going to do at the start of this one. There is some sort of news and stuff to get into, but we're going to talk about our window and how it sort of impacted the season and the Ten Hag effect and the new signings and all that sort of stuff in this one. So immediately, I would just like to say that I think it is a good window for Manchester United. We got rid of a lot of the shit, and we've also got quite a lot of new good players in, but not just players who are good. Players who seem to have the right sort of character, who have a little bit of bollocks about them, who have a bit of bottle, you know, who are prepared to fight, who are prepared to have a physical battle. So this is very important for us to get characters in there, not a bunch of absolute just melt bags. Because that's generally what we've had a lot of the time over the last few years. So just the fact we've got a few combative, competitive players in there, I think is going to see us have a much better season alone. And look, Ten Hag, the last few games, that's 3 wins in a row now, folks. So just so you know, 3 games in a row for Manchester United now, guys. Manchester United win 3 games in a row for the first time in 9 months, and back-to-back away wins in a year. So good stuff. We've just started to get a little bit of momentum behind us now. The team's looking solid. Defensively, they're looking much better. And at times, they're displaying much better passing. Look, they're still not as slick as we'd like. They're still not like Ten Hag's Ajax when they're well-oiled and in the flow mid-season. Well, that's to be expected. He's just got started at United. He's got to change the philosophy. He's also got to just have a little bit of time to get the team to work together. So, yeah, it's all coming together. We've won 3 in a row now. And he's got rid of that bad sort of away form as well that we showed over a long time. And we've won 2 on the bounce. So get in there, my son. Let's get a hashtag Ten Hag doing bits in the live chat. Because fair play to this guy. He's come in there with a lot of pressure and expectation. He's lost the first 2 games. It's not even really his fault. He just wasn't backed properly in the window before the start of the season. And we sort of did all of our business right near the end of the season. Hey, Palmarius, mate. Thank you so much for getting in raw, lad. Palmarius has gotten in raw. Thank you so much for being a member of the channel for 19 months, you legend. Bacon and Egg Brigade member. Guys, let's get a hashtag 19 months in there, please, everyone, for Palmarius. He says, we're about to start the Arteta out party all over again. Zayn meltdown incoming. Prepare for the Arsenal injury excuses. Come on, United. Hashtag Glazers out. Hey, get in there, Palmarius, lad. Thank you so much. Yes, dudes, let's get a hashtag Glazers out in there. And I'm with you, bud. Like, I think we're going to smash up Arteta at the weekend, pal. We have to see. You know, Arsenal are having a great start. They've had a flying start. They've got 5 wins out of 5. But they haven't really played anyone as good as this United side right now. We're going to smash them up, dudes. I mean, I think you've got to look at that Leicester game. Leicester are a decent side. They've had a shit start, to be fair. They're not a good team at the moment. But we did just look at that first half. We absolutely just played them off the park, controlled them off the park. They didn't have an answer for us. So I feel like we're starting to put it together a little bit there. We've got to talk about our defence. So the defensive partnership of Varane and Martinez is already looking immense. Tyrell Malacia, an incredible signing. This guy's doing all sorts of things. And he's actually got himself, look, he's into the provisional Dutch squad for the upcoming Nations League games. So Tyrell Malacia doing bits. And finally, we've got a defence. So the defence has changed entirely from just like a year ago. So just think about Manchester United's defence a year ago. It was Luke Shaw, Maguire, Varane if he's fit. But if you actually go back even just slightly before a year ago, it's completely different. But Varane, and then obviously we've been playing Aaron Wan-Bissaka a lot over the years. So Dallow's coming in. We've seen Varane cement a partnership now with Lisandro Martinez, our new signing, who's a beast. Get in there, #Butcher. The guy's an absolute beast. And then Tyro Malacia just completing the set at left back, looking absolutely immense. So you've got to say that we've recruited well in the defensive positions. We've finally got an understanding of partnership and a set of players that seem like they got a bit of bollocks about them at the back and have, ability to defend well. We were organised. We're looking committed. They've got a good understanding. They seem to have a good partnership already. And look at this, guys. Look at this. Can we get some love hearts in the live chat, please, for this? Look at this. So the partnership, Raphael Varane put on Insta, another step in the right direction, bringing 3 points back to Manchester. Next game is coming very soon. #MEFC. Get in there, my son. Lisandro Martinez responded to his post and said, "What a pleasure to play by your side, brother." Get in there, my son. He's fucking loving it. So Lisandro Martinez already cementing a decent centre-back partnership alongside Raphael Varane. I think that's going to be the key partnership for us this season in the team. We'll see if it lasts because, let's face it, Raphael Varane is a complete injury-prone melt. Yes, Big Bear says, yes, Cake It. How you doing there, Big Bear? Drew Who, Phil Jones, Mark Nurse, Jim Watkins, Batman, Matty Gwinnett, Simon Warner, Chad Laker, Cake It. Yeah, starting to enjoy it a bit more now. We've won a few games. Yeah, so we've done all of our business at the end of the window. We should have done it a lot sooner. We've shattered the bed F, so to speak. But, it's starting to get going now. We've had a bad hiccup at the start of the season. If we smash up Arsenal on Sunday, that's our season right back on track. Forget the first 2 games. We'll have pretty much caught up the leaders. Not quite. I mean, they're on 15 points. We're on 9. But if we beat them, we'll be on 12 and they'll stay on 15. And so, we're right back in the mix. We're right back in the mix for top 4 spaces, even for a cheeky little title hunt, my friends. So, let's just hope that we smash up those Arsenalers and restore a little bit of status quo, a little bit of balance back to the Premier League. Because seeing Arsenal at the top of the league just is not right, is it, guys? It's just sickening. So I think we should definitely try and restore some balance by drumming up the melts. Palmarius, thanks for another super chat, my son. Sue. Palmarius says Martinez, duo likely impeccable. Fullbacks too. Martinez, I like that, man. I prefer, what about Varantinez? I know, because that's just got his whole name in there. Now, Martinez works, bud. What's the alternative? Okay, so we've got Alessandro Moran. Let's go with Moran. No. Palmaris, that's a good one, mate. Martinez, I like that. Thank you so much there for getting in there raw. Guys, let's get a sue in the live chat there for Palmaris. Yeah, Moran, says Baker. What do you guys think? Moran or Martinez? Batman Knife says Varane and Martinez is like Batman and Robin. The Butchers, plural, says Matty Gwinnett. Yeah, that's right. That's pretty much what I was going to say, Cake It. So he said, credit to Ten Hag, gave Maguire his chance and ditched him. So now we've changed the defence fully. We've got Harry Maguire on the bench. And we're just seeing Manchester United perform a lot better, look a lot more comfortable, and just actually have a decent sort of a back line. I think it goes to show you and highlight the fact that Harry Maguire just is actually bang average. He is a decent player, but when it comes to, the top level, if you see Lisandro Martinez and Raphael Varane in the back there, just seeming like absolute Rolls Royces of defenders, and you compare him to Slabo Maguire, who's this big, cumbersome, big friendly giant of a player, it's I don't know, it's night and day, really. It's night and day. The poise, the concentration, the tenacity, the positioning, the organisation, everything's just much better with Martinez and Varane in the back line already. We'll have to see, it's only early days, but right now, Slabo Maguire deserves to be staying on the bench. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you want to see Harry Maguire still sacked off and not played at all. I just hope that Varane stays fit, because if Varane doesn't stay fit, then Harry Maguire is coming straight back in there, guys. And he's going to mess some stuff up, guys. He's going to score OGs. He's going to give away penalties. He's going to do all the guff stuff that he usually does. So I definitely think that Varane staying fit is just a hugely important thing for Manchester United this season. You want him banished, says Noble Armo. Want and play me, says Phil Jones. Sell him, says Elliot Manduna. Jimmy Watkins, get in there. Michelle Ellis, get in there. Nice one. Hey, Gaming Simp, how you doing there, bud? Welcome, and I hope you're doing good today, mate. Simon Warner says 1, most definitely. By the way, guys, if you're just joining the stream, smash that like on the video. Give us a huge thumbs up. Let's get this sucker to 100 likes. And give it a share around. We'll give you a shout out on the old Twitter later on. And just thank you for getting involved. Smash the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If it's your first time here, we cover all the latest United news. Get in there raw with your thoughts and opinions throughout. Big Q&A at the end of the stream as well. We'll be having it, so stick around till there. Okay, Gaming Simple. I'll have a look, mate. No problemo. Dan McGill says, had to sit through 3 years of Maguire. My God. Always thought he was complete shite from day one. So obvious, just look how the bloke moves and runs. Not even an athlete, says Dan McGill. Dan McGill, yes, sir. Okay, that's it. He does run around like an absolute tree. That's the problem with him, really. It's just a physicality thing. He's big and strong. He's decent on the ball for a big man, and he's also decent in the air. But he's just not actually that good or overall technically because he's a big cumbersome melt. I think you've summed it up well. What's up, Mr. Hawklands? How you doing? K Cadet says, actually a good point, that Piggy. It's not only is Maguire is too slow, he's also too nice. Yeah, he doesn't have that ruthless nastiness that you need at the top level. Exactly. Sorry to say, I think you could be right. I've seen that sometimes, you know, like when some may say it's actually a good trait, but like when there's a little bit of needle or a little bit of, you know, handbags going on between players on the pitch, Slabbo Maguire always goes in with a very morose look. Doesn't get in there, you know. I sort of want my captain going, fuck you off, you know, and getting stuck in, kind of. But obviously, you know, it does escalate the situations, but come on. That's what you need. You need somebody who's got a bit of fucking battle about him, mate. Matt Gwinnett, come on, Matty Gwinnett. Thank you so much for the £5. Super chat, super Matty Gwinnett. Matt Gwinnett, let's get a sue in there for Matty Gwinnett. He comments, Pig, I'm getting into black magic and I'm using my pet rock as a slabby voodoo doll. I've bought a new sledgehammer round back and a new anvil. Crikey, mate, bloody hell. Matty Gwinnett going in there raw, sir. That's taking it a little bit too far. But fair play to you, my son. Thank you so much, Mr. Gwinnett. Let's go. Okay. So yes, so the Varane-Lisandro Martinez partnership is making our defence look a lot better. We seem a lot more solid without Slabbo Maguire in there. So we've recruited really well in the defensive positions this season. Dallo looks a new player alongside the new centre-back partnership. So that's looking good at the moment. Dallo, I do have my question marks about, but you can't fault him in the last few games. In fact, he was one of our best players again in the last game, just showing tenacity. I love that moment where he's cleared the ball away and that's that big, like, you know, showing a bond of unity between the players where they're like celebrating the fact he's cleared the ball. It's just great stuff like that I love to see. I think Dallo is looking great because of the new signings we've made as well. So fantastic to see. Just so you know, guys, it's a crazy transfer window. Look at this. Premier League club's current net spend this window was 1.3 billion euros. The next biggest net spend was La Liga on 55 million euros. That is crazy. That's net spend, by the way, obviously. But that's unbelievable, isn't it? The Premier League getting all the talent, spending all the money. It's crazy how much money there is in the Premier League. But check out this. So other records included the Premier League clubs spending more than Spain's La Liga, Italy's Serie A, and the German Bundesliga combined. Chelsea spending more in one window than any other club in Premier League history. Manchester United smashing our own spending record. So we did have an ambitious window in the sense we did spend more than we've ever spent in a window. Nottingham Forest signing more players in one summer than any other British club ever. The combined outlay of the 20 clubs during the window, which was open from the 10th of June until the 1st of September, was 67% higher than the previous summer total. That's unbelievable, isn't it, guys? I mean, look at all that money being spent to bring all these players in. It's quite unbelievable. I mean, you've got to say, when United have spent the overall is 1.1 billion pounds, 1.3 billion euros, but 1.1 billion pounds, and United have spent a good chunk of that, guys, in all fairness, 227 million pounds. Chelsea spending in excess of 250 million. Insane expenditure from the new chairman Bowley there, spending money hard there, investing in Chelsea. So it's going to be a heck of a season, I think. I think everyone's strengthened. Most clubs have strengthened well. City have definitely strengthened really well as well. You know, they've got Haaland banging in goals. He scored an insane amount of goals already in the Premier League. And this twat looks the real business, doesn't he? It's a shame. And they've also recruited well elsewhere. Chelsea have had a big window. Arsenal have had a big window. United have had a big window. Liverpool, yeah, I mean, they have had a big window, really. They spent a lot on that Darwin Núñez melt, but they haven't had as big a window as some of the other top clubs. But, you know, it's been a huge investment this summer. And so we'll see how the season goes and who does the best with the new players they've got in their squad. United have got 6 new players in. Dubravka is obviously a good backup signing. We're just going to go through the players now, folks, very quickly that we've signed. The 6 players that we signed very, very quickly. And we're going to play a little rating game. So get your rating out of 10 in the live chat for each one of these. We'll just do this for a couple of minutes, but I just want to see what you guys think. And I'll give you my thoughts and opinions about each of the signings and how I feel about them individually as a rating out of 10. So that's what we're going to do right here, guys. So let's go with Dubravka, the goalkeeper. So get your thoughts in about Dubravka out of 10. My feeling on Dubravka is, it's a 4 out of 10. he is a good keeper. Don't really see the need for it. Heaton's been stitched up. And yeah, he is a good keeper, though, and he's going to provide competition for David. So you can't really argue that it's a bit of a decent acquisition. It's not a bad acquisition. It's an extra player. I can't grumble about us getting extra players. Rory agrees with the 4. Dan McGill says 4. Duncan says 5. -1 says Sim. 4 says DLK Moose. 5.5 says No Toes. 3 says Chris Parker. Yeah, Garner -100. I agree with that one, Dan McGill. We shouldn't have let him go. Batman Nightfan says 6. Matty Gwinnett says 3. Simon Warner says 4.5. Okay, so very low on Dubravka as well. Not really that needed, is he? We'll see if something happens to De Gea. Then, yeah, we can have a look at that. Interesting enough, I saw a heat map, or not so much a heat map, but a passing map of David De Gea's sort of passing throughout the game and yesterday. And what's interesting about it is there's very little short passes in it. It's all long balls and stuff like that. So maybe Ten Hag has just decided, hey, you know what? David De Gea maybe isn't the best in the world at this right now, but he is a great keeper. Let's just play to his strengths a little bit more. So maybe that's the case. But we have seen, to be fair, David De Gea, I think, is playing out from the back, has been a little bit better in general. But no, he was playing most of his balls up the pitch. Best transfer winner ever, says Phil Jones. Wow. Okay, so Dubravka's come in there. Mark Nurse says 6. Bernal says 6. Nice one. Okay, on to the next signing. Hey, thank you, 0 Degrees, for the super chat, bud. Firstly, we'll read that out. Thank you so much, but he says, Arsenal make me choke. It's soccer's greatest joke. Nice one there, 0 Degrees. Come on. Mate, thank you so much, 0 Degrees, for getting in here raw, lad. Really appreciate that. Let's get a Sui in there for 0 Degrees. McTominay was winning most headers too, so it's a system that works, says Palmarius. David looks confident with a decent centre-back pair in front. Yes, indeed, Burb, that's it. Finally, he's got himself a good defence to work with, I agree. Yeah, that back 5 is doing absolutely brilliantly at the moment. But on to the next signing we made, guys. Tyrell Malacia, obviously at left-back. Gotta love a bit of Tyrell Malacia, don't you? You know what? This is a 10 out of 10, guys. I'd give it a 10 out of 10 for Tyrell Malacia. I feel like, how can you get a better signing than that when he cost 12 million quid or whatever it was? He's barely cost a bunch of bloody chump change, and we stole him out from OG Nice or whoever the fuck it was, Marseille, one of those French melts. And, you know, we've got him, and he's turning out to be the next Patrice Evra, guys. I don't really see, look, it's early days. It's early days. He's going to have to, you know, go on and continue getting better and continue the sort of form that he's showing. But come on, what a start he's had for a lad that's coming. He's already dislodged pie lover Luke Shaw. So he's come in there. He said, hey, see you later on, Luke Shaw, mate. Have a cheeky little steak and kidney for me, son. And, you know, he's just taken his place already. And he's only a young 22-year-old kid that's coming for 12 mil. I know he's Ten Hag sort of signing, but I wasn't really expecting him to so robustly convince me and everybody else that he is better option than Luke Shaw after just a few handful of games. But he already has done, guys. Luke Shaw can get the fuck out of us, guys. He can sit on the bench. He really can, because I think Tyrell Malacia looks mint. Harry Maguire says 10. Yeah, Mark Nurse says 10. 8 says Sim and Dan McGill. 11 says Harry. 8 says Batman. 10 says Duncan. 8.3 says No Toes. 8 says Buys. 9 says Matty Gwinnett. 9 says Funkso. 9 says Dan McGill. Yeah, Berber says bloody love Malacia. Evra 2.0. Yep, top 5 left back in the world, little pit bull. let's not get too carried away. But he is a pit bull. He is a fighter. He's somebody that gets stuck in, and he's good going forward, and he's also very good defensively. Plenty of room to grow even better. Exactly, Noto. So at 22, already showing massive potential. You know, you don't change that backline if you're Ten Hag at the moment. It's a winning backline. They're doing awesome. And Malacia is a big part of that, in all fairness. Like, if Luke Shaw was in there, he'd probably be shitting the bed a little bit. He's definitely been pushed away. Yeah, Malacia's pushed Shaw out the squad. Exactly, Matt Gwynn. That's exactly what's happened. So Luke Shaw's going to stay on the bench because he's out the team because Malacia is looking too solid at the moment. Look, Luke Shaw's going to play some games. He's going to come on the end of games. He's also going to get some Europa League guff games. Going to get some, you know, cup games, whatever. But the main guy at the moment is Malacia, and for him to have already convinced me and everyone else that he's better than Luke Shaw as a better option in this Ten Hag setup, it's quite amazing, really. Let's hope he continues. It's early days. He could shit the bed, I suppose, but right now he's looking absolutely exceptional. And I can only see improvements happening for Tyrone Malacia throughout the season. Once the team starts getting better as well, once he's bedded in, he's still just settling in at the moment. So Tyrone Malacia, absolute 10 out of 10 for me, guys. What a signing! Can't fault it. For the money, for the future we've got in terms of potential and the progression of his career, this guy could be the absolute tits for many years to come for Man United, guys. We've been crying out for the next Patrice since Patrice left. So there you go, guys. Get in there, 10 out of 10, Malacia. Next to him, let's go on to Lisandro Martinez. So I'm going to give Lisandro Martinez a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10, guys. 9 out of 10 on the old transfer rating for Lisandro Martinez, because Lisandro Martinez is a next to perfect signing, really, in terms of what we needed in our centre-back. The only argument is he's a bit short. That's maybe why he's not getting a full 10 out of 10. But you know what? He's proven already he's a fucking pitbull. He's proven size does not matter. He's winning a crazy amount of aerial duels. He's having a more impressive statistics aerially than a lot of the big boys in the league. People like Koulibaly or Ruben Dias or Virgil van Dijk. You know, this guy's doing the business regardless of his size. So I don't know, maybe it's a 9.5, but whatever which way you look at it, we paid slightly too much, but in the end, it doesn't seem like that much, really. 55 million euros for a top player. If he continues as he's played in the first few games, he's already received the August Player of the Month award at United. That's how people feel about him. Then it's going to make a mockery of that 55 million euro price tag, in all fairness. So it seemed we paid a little bit too much, but we haven't really, if he's really this good, which it looks like at the moment he is. So, and also I just love the bollocks of the lad. That sounded a bit wrong. I sounded a bit wrong. I like the I like the way that he's got character and bottle, and he's got some bollocks about him, you know. I like he's got the character to fight and be a fighter and all that sort of stuff, and he gets stuck in. And he's definitely a quality player. So, Lisandro Martinez, let's have a look at what you guys are saying about this. So 8 says Rory C, and 9 says No Toes and Sim. Dan Miguel thinks it's an 8. Duncan Belifo says it's a 10. Batman says 9. Marky Nurse says 9. Paul says 10. CB says 8. Matty Gwinnett says 9 and buys. 7 for the price, says Dan McGill. Really well, like I just said though, that price tag doesn't even seem that expensive now that he started the way he has. If you want a top quality player, 55 million euros, which is about what, 45 million pounds. That's really not that much, in all honesty. Like, okay, his value before we paid for him was not that much. But now it is. Now it is. 9, he's a beast, says Chris Barker. Yeah. Tony Collins says 9. Funk size at 8. Marky Nurse says 9.5. Sunny Apings at 10. He's def at 10, says John Adair. Get in there, my friends. Nice one, DLK Moose. Thank you, everyone, for playing along here. So that's the first 3 signings gone, and we've done pretty well. Dubravka's just a low rating because we didn't really need him, but he's come in. It's not a bad signing. But then the other 2, I've given a 10 to Malacia and a 9 to Martinez. Brilliant signings, folks. Okay, so Casemiro. Let's talk about Casemiro. Casemiro, one of our big, huge name signings. Probably the biggest name, obviously the biggest name signing that we signed during the window. One of our marquee signings. We signed Antony as well, but look, Casemiro's been there, done that. All the Champions Leagues, all the caps for Brazil, the huge name. He's a household name, Casemiro. So that's the marquee signing of the summer. And we spent 70 million on him. It's a little bit too much for a player that's old. That's that old, but you know what? This guy's class. He's going to be fantastic for us. He's going to hopefully transform that midfield and give us exactly what we need, which is a proper number 6. But it's not quite as high as a rating for me as the other players because, well, he's older. So that's a negative. It's not like we've got years and years and a decade out of service out of this guy. Plus, we paid a shitload of money for this guy, and he's on big money. So it still remains to be seen, I guess, how valuable Casemiro turns out to be. But in my opinion, it's a brilliant signing. We couldn't have really gone for a better CDM in world football. He's definitely in the top 3. So we've got ourselves a fantastic player there in that position who's probably going to boss it for us for at least a few seasons. So it's a fantastic signing, guys. It shows ambition to get a big name in. And it's a surprising one as well. That's the most surprising signing we made all summer, wasn't it? So we knew we could get Antony. He had an interest. He loves Ten Hag. All the other players we've been linked to, mainly apart from De Jong, obviously, which didn't happen, we knew we could get. Whereas with Casemiro, that just came out like a bolt like out of the blue, guys. We didn't even know anything much about that. And then it's announced that we're looking at Casemiro. And then within a few days, he's signed. Like, that was the biggest surprise of the transfer window and the most pleasant surprise of the transfer window, because that gives us what we need, and it gives us it in abundance, because he's a classy player. So get in there, my friends. Let's see what you said about that one. But I'm going to give that one an 8. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. I can't give it anything higher because we did overpay for him. Plus, he's, it's just, he's 30. It just isn't that old at all. And we're going to be great for the next 3 or 4 seasons. In the short term, it's a brilliant quick fix that actually is, it's a new challenge for him as well. He looks hungry. Seems like he's committed. But we'll just see if we're going to get the best years of his football out of him now. Could happen. But obviously, he's just come from Real Madrid, where he's been in a winning side. And it's a new environment, Premier League. It's going to take a bit of time to adapt, but I think he's already clearly a class player and who's going to improve things. So let's see what you guys are saying. 10 says John Adair. 9 says Kevin Donovan. 9 says Andre AGB. Big Red says 7. Paul thinks it's an 11. Simpson says 9. Batman says 10. 10 says Duncan. Hey, Johnny M, how you doing? He says, hey, Piggy, just got in. Hey, if you're just getting in there, Johnny M, please do us a favor, smash the like button. By the way, we got 152 legends watching. We got 70 likes on the stream. That's exactly less than half of the people in here. Smash that like button. Bacon Brigade, assemble! Do us a favor and hit the like on the video if you haven't done so. Also, give it a share around and give it a retweet at the top of the chat, folks. We'll give you a shout out in a bit. Okay, so Kate Cadet says Casemiro is on a long contract, but his experience will help future talent to develop. I hope over the next few seasons we have someone capable of learning from him. Yeah, so that's another thing. It's a 4-year contract with the option for an extra year, isn't it? So if this guy actually does really well, for the next few seasons, we've got our boss, and he's only 30. We should still get the best years out of him right now. The peak of a central midfield, I'd say, is from 27 to 32, something like that. So we've still got him in his peak right now. And the question is, will he be worth paying the wages we're paying to him in 3 or 4 years' time? Let's hope so. Modern footballers seem to go on a lot more these days, don't they? Okay, that super chat was about Martinez. Oh, I missed a super chat. Oh, shit, sorry. Sorry, pal Marius. I missed your super chat there, bud. I apologize. He says, he's the best mix of old school and modern defense. Hey, thank you so much there, dude, pal Marius. Yeah, in regards to Martinez, yeah, he is. He's got that brawn. He's got that tenacity, that little nasty streak. But he's also just like a quick, mobile, skillful defender. So, yeah, an absolute obscenely good sign in that one. So, Casemiro is an 8 out of 10. I think, yeah, you can't argue that he's got more credentials than anybody, really. He's coming in with huge amounts of trophies and winners' medals and the mentality and everything that we need. So, what a great signing that is, guys. But we have overpaid a little bit for him. So, it's an 8 out of 10 for me. Getting up further up the pitch a little bit now, then. Christian Eriksen on a free transfer is maybe in some ways the signing of the summer, guys. In some ways, because he was again very good in that game yesterday. He's mobile as fuck. He's popping the ball off. He's dropping into those spaces. He's covering ground, and he's creating opportunities and getting the play going. You're already seeing Christian Eriksen having a positive effect in this Manchester United side, and he's arguably not even being played in his best position. So, in regards to Eriksen, man, okay, so you can say it's just an addition to the squad. It's maybe not one that's going to massively improve the starting lineup, but actually Eriksen has been in the starting lineup and he has been improving it. So I don't see any reason to take Eriksen out of the team really anytime soon. So it's a 9 out of 10 from me, guys. It's a 9 out of 10, maybe even a 10 out of 10, because he's a free transfer and you've got a quality player who looks seriously committed to the club. He looks like he's putting in work. I mean, I've actually got some stats on Christian Eriksen here, guys, which make for very interesting reading, guys. Look at these stats here. Christian Eriksen has averaged more distance covered per 90 minutes than any other Man United player this league season. 10.69 kilometers. What? This guy had a fucking cardiac arrest a bloody year or so ago, mate. You need to chill out a little bit, Christian. You know what I mean? This guy needs to fucking chill out, my son. He is putting in shifts out there in terms of working his socks off, guys. Fucking fair play to this guy, mate. He is doing bits for Man United and working and trying hard for the team. And you can't argue with that industriousness, guys. A new heart, says Harry Maguire. Crikey. Fact, says Mark Nurse. Eriksen with twice the heart that Maguire, says Matt Gwynner. Pacemaker, says Harry Maguire. Well, I mean, you've got to say fair play to Christian. He's working hard. He's putting in the effort. And he's obviously having a positive impact. So I think it's a brilliant sign. And again, it's a 9 out of 10 from me. I think it's a fantastic signing, folks. I love it, to be fair. I absolutely love it. Christian Eriksen is a red, and it's a good one. Hey, Vincent Bullock, what's going on, mate? How you doing, lad? James Garner didn't even know the club had to put him up for sale until deadline day. You know, it happens, to be fair, Vincent Bullock, but that is guff, yeah. I still can't believe we sold him. And what a crap deal. If we had a buyback clause, it's one thing, but we don't. Eriksen's probably the safest player on the pitch now. He has his pacemaker / defibrillator, says the KK. It's a fair point. But still, though, don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to have another one, mate. But fair enough. Harvey Pace, what's going on, broski? Yes, lad. He will fuck the Arsenal Hollands on Sunday, says John Adair. What's up, Dave the Gamer? Great to see you all in here, folks. So Eriksen is putting in shifts. He's putting in work, and he's looking good, and it was a good sign. And there was question marks about his fitness. I don't think you need to question the fitness, really, if you look at this, because he's putting in work in that midfield for Manchester United. So he's covering ground, and he's covering distance more so than any other player so far this season. Very impressive. Okay, and then just on to the last final signing that we made, guys. Antony, which he has been registered and everything. He's going to be ready to play against the Arsenal Hollands. And we can unleash him. And I think we desperately need this guy. You did see in the last game, we had some vulnerabilities in those wide areas, and Langer didn't have the best of games. He is a young player, and he needs time to develop. And he's just a squad player right now. He shouldn't have the emphasis of having to do the business in the first team against a top club like Leicester, really. We're shit at the moment, but you know what I mean. So Elanga is just a squad player we should bring through gradually. He's 20 for Pete's sake, but he's a good player. In regards to the positions in the team, though, Antony's going to make that right wing spot his own, and then we're probably going to see Jadon Sancho moved out to the left side. And Jadon, look at how he took that goal yesterday. Absolute skill, absolute class, just coolness in front of goal, rounded the keeper, slotted it in, just so cool and collected. If he's playing in like an inside forward on that left side, I could see him scoring a shitload of goals. So Jadon Sancho will probably find his home over there, and will probably look super lethal with a front three of Jadon Sancho, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Antony. And to be fair, Rashford can fuck off for the time being, guys. He's going to come on second arse. He's going to play in certain games, rotation and stuff like that. Of course he will. But in terms of the first team starting 11 at the moment, I just feel like, yeah, we did look better when Ronaldo came on as well yesterday, guys, as well. So when Cristiano came on, we all of a sudden did have a bit about us up the top, and he was sort of actually linking up play quite nicely, and he got himself in good positions and had a couple of good chances and tried to set a couple of things up. I think Ronaldo definitely deserves to start the next game against the Arsenal Hollands, mate. You want to unleash Cristiano. But for the new signing, Antony, he's going to change things. He's going to give us quality and depth, and he's going to obviously score goals and create goals and hopefully give us, a quality senior player right now that we've been lacking. The thing is, he costs so much money, I can't give him a super high rating, guys, because I still think the Man United got royally bent over with that transfer deal, and we were quite crazy to pay 100 million euros because we could have possibly gone and got two other really top players for that sort of money, i.e. Tielemans and Gakpo, or something like that. That's realistic. So I do think we did overpay. We didn't necessarily distribute our cash the best in regards to the Antony deal. However, let's hope that he turns that price tag into a mockery as well and just comes in. It is awesome. The guy looks awesome. He's playing for Brazil. He's had a great couple of seasons under Ten Hag. He's, had Champions League experience and all sorts, and he's got decent stats and all this. But we did definitely pay so much money for the guy. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. You might think that's a bit harsh. Get your predictions in there. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. He's super exciting. He looks awesome. We've got a new next generation of Brazilian winger here that's coming in that's going to hopefully be looking awesome for us. Ten Hag loves him. Ten Hag admires his character and how he's developed, and he really, really rates him and likes him, and that's good enough for me. But we did pay a shitload of cash for him, so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Get your thoughts in, guys. So Chris Barker says 7, potentially 9. SM3 says exactly like I said, a 7. Way too much money. Yeah, we did pay 40 million too much for him. Ronaldo looked good. Rashford looked shite. There you go, fat boy Bob. So Rashford out next game. Sancho and Antony in. And Ronaldo, obviously. Yes, indeed. Antony a 10, says Duncan Bleefo. I hope you're right. Johnny M says 8. Matty Gwinnett says 10. Vinny Bullock says 7. 7.5 says Mr. Hawklands. 8 out of 10 says Dave the Gamer. Fat Boy Bob thinks it's a 10. He'll get bums off seats, says Sim Sim. Ninja Starman says, Pete, do you think Sancho will get an England recall? Okay, so yes, definitely, mate. He's got to, hasn't he? He's looking good at the moment. I mean, He's got to, mate. Not so sure about Rashford. 7.5 says Paul. Worth every penny says Harry. Simon Warner says 8. 6, way too much money says Buys. Raz says, if you actually think 1.1 billion net one spenders in world football last decade is all club generated revenue or diluted, it's just an agenda due to poor results. Not too sure what you mean there, Raz, but thanks for getting in with your comment, bud. He ain't no Neymar. Skills are basic. 4 ratings, says Zeddy. Right, there you go. By the way, just some, so we've done the rating of the new players, guys. I just want to talk about Scott McTominay for a sec. Scott McTominay's had a good few games, and he looks decent, but I still want him dropped out the side for Casemiro. We got to see Casemiro come in and play instead of Scotty. But it gives us options of playing, another player there in front. I still think drop him. What do you think, guys, in regards to Scott McTominay? Start him or bench him? What do you think? But look at this. Scott McTominay is committing more fouls per game than any other player in the Premier League this season. He has made 11 more fouls than tackles, and made more fouls than tackles. He's had 11 fouls and 6 tackles. But you know what? He has done well the last few games. He's a bit of an enforcer. This is what I was saying about him. All he is he's a goon. He's a goon. He's somebody that is like an enforcer. Somebody that's going to try and, rough people up a little bit. That's it. He's a foul merchant. He's a big, strong lad. He's got that Scottish nastiness about him. And he likes to tackle, my friends. So he's got a place in the side sometimes, I suppose, if you need a bit of a bastard in there just to rough a few lead scummers up or something. I suppose he's got his place there. But now Casemiro coming in, he's a tough lad. He likes to battle. Do we really need him? No is the answer. I don't think so. But he has actually been doing well. So look, Ten Hag seems to rate him. He's obviously in the team. Yeah, he's average, not a starter, bench player at most, as Hader. Exactly. So, you've got to say that is the case. That Scott McTominay probably deserves still to be having a place in the squad. But in terms of the actual starting 11, he's not anywhere near it for me. So, yeah, Donny instead of McShite, says Fatboy Bob. He will suck against Arsenal. I don't think necessarily he will play against Arsenal. I don't know. I mean, let's ask the chat. So let's just say Bruno's in behind Ronaldo. Let's just say that. Who is your midfield duo for the Arsenal game? So for me personally, I probably at the moment would go with Casemiro and Eriksen. Eriksen's looking good. I like the way that him and Bruno have just sort of been like floating around and changing, like when one goes forward, the other stays back. And, they've been interlinking a little bit there. And just, they've just been, they've got a good understanding already, it seems. They're both buzzing around. They're both... It's good. I'm quite liking what I'm seeing there. So I would go with Eriksen and Casemiro. Fred Amiro, says Mark Nurse, but Fred could come in, I suppose. Van der Beek and Casemiro, says Harry. Eriksen looked exhausted. Oh, that's a good point, in all fairness. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, he did actually run a shitload in the last game. He was pretty shagged. Eriksen needs a rest. Yeah, it's only a couple of days between fixtures, to be fair. Hey, Eriksen needs a rest. He looked tired. We need to manage him. Yeah, considering what happened. Good shout. I agree. CZ Bam, thank you for being a member of the channel for 3 months, you bloody legend. Let's go. Thank you so much, CZ Bam. 3 months a member. Get in. Let's get a hashtag free in the live chat for CZ Bam. Thank you, brother. He says, still here, not as active lately, but here in spirit. Well, CZ Bam, thank you so much for being here in spirit, bud, and watching. And when you can, man, I appreciate it. I understand people got busy lives, man. Hey, we're 6 likes away from 100 likes, guys. Smash that like button if you haven't done so. And help us get to 100 likes. Dutch Christ says Casser and Eriksen. Donny and Casemiro, says Jim Watkins. Fred Casemiro. Yeah, Eriksen probably can't play, mate. He did play, the full 90 and played a shitload of, and run around like a lunatic. So it's a fair point. Cassie and Donny will move the ball quickly, says Eddie. Bruno, Scotty out. Donny, Eriksen instead with Cass behind, says Fatboy Bob. Okay, so nice one, folks. So there's the ratings for the new signings. I think they're very, very good signings overall. Loving the new partnership. Just on a couple of deals that did or didn't happen, people like De Jong. Well, the reason that didn't happen is it's all down to those wages that Barca owe them, and they're just obviously complete melters. Murtaugh privately described Barcelona's behaviour as disgraceful, apparently. That's what Samuel Luckhurst is reporting from the MEN. So that sounds about right to me. Barca were absolutely disgraceful. They just led us down the garden path all summer. So fuck them. And but in the end, we got Casemiro, who's going to sort us right out. Also, he said that he said that United had reached a verbal agreement with Frankie de Jong's agent, including salary and contract terms, which I find, reasonable, but also somewhat hard to believe considering, well, we didn't ever really progress that far with the deal. But maybe Frankie de Jong was quite happy to come. It's just that Barca never settled up. But then again, why wouldn't Barca settle up? That makes no sense. If they owe him 17 million and they want to get him off the books and take his wage off the books, and Frankie actually wanted to go, then you'd think they would just absorb the 17 million from the 85 million transfer fee that they're getting for the player, or ask for a tiny little bit more. You know, so I don't really get that. I personally just think De Jong just is blinded by the love that he has for Barcelona, and he just doesn't want to go, and that's as simple as that. I don't know. That's what I think is probably the main reality. But there you go. You don't think Antony starts on Sunday, says K Cadet. Well, looking at the way Ten Hag has operated and how he sort of conducted the squad selections and the lineups recently, he probably won't actually. Now you mention it, he might not. I mean, if it was down to me, I'd smack him straight in there and have Sancho on the left, Ronaldo up top. But because of, you know, the bedding in of new players and the way that Ten Hag sort of operated playing a winning team, maybe he won't. Maybe he won't. It's a good point. We've got to get back into the Champions League and smash up Barca, says Matt Gwinner. Yes, sirree. Okay, so so you know, that's really what was the case there. And of course, we sold Ghana, which does not have a buyback clause. There's no buyback option. The fee is an initial 9 million with a further 6.5. So that was a piss poor sale. All of the other sales we made this summer, reasonably happy with, or loan deals that we've made, you know, reasonably happy with. But the Ghana deal, that leaves a bit of a poor taste in the mouth, because I think he's a good young player. I still maintain I would have rather kept him around than Scotty McTominay, because he's young and has potential. And now he's gone to Everton. We don't even have a buyback clause. So I think that's the shitter of the window. That is the piss poor move of the window for Man United. It's just letting Jimmy Garner go for such a cheap amount, and also, you know, not having any sort of buyback in the situation. We could have loaned him out. No, there's no buyback clause, SM3. So there was reports coming out previously from Fabrizio Romano that there was a buyback clause, but I think there was just a bit of a miscommunication, because it turned out that the clause in the contract United had was a 20% of the profit of any future sale. So it wasn't a buyback option, which is pathetic, isn't it, really? Man United should have absolutely been capable of getting this guy back if he turns out to be a beast player. Thank you, Simon Warner says, wallop that like button. I appreciate you, Mr. Warner. Thank you very much, boss. Okay, so let's get in there raw, dudes, with a little couple of things that have come out since the show here. But Cristiano Ronaldo stays, guys. That's another big plus point of the transfer window. Cristiano Ronaldo stays. And in reality, this is for Fabrizio Romano. In reality, Ronaldo has never really been that close to joining any club. It was just a lot of media speculation, but Mendes never entered advanced talks with any club. Essentially, that's really what it is. So Cristiano Ronaldo stays. That is a massive plus point for us. Let's get a sue in the live chat, everybody, because that is seriously a massive positive point. Yeah, so fantastic. Cristiano Ronaldo absolutely is a Manchester United player still for the season. He's going to obviously have to now be committed. There were talks that Mendes was looking for a new club, blah, blah, blah. He said a couple of weeks ago he'll come out and say the truth very soon. Now, Ten Hag's probably spoken to him. I don't think he's going to come out and say anything. But if he does, it'll be interesting to see what he says. But certainly Cristiano Ronaldo is better off at Manchester United, I think, than going to some second-rate Champions League team. I mean, I don't know. Okay, look, for his tally, this is going to be the first season in 20 years that he's not had Champions League football. So from that point of view, it's bad. And from that point of view, it's sad. But also, look, Man United's a great club, and in a year's time, we can be back in the Champions League. I feel confident about the squad being able to do that. So, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo is looking like, you know, he's going to have a good season, I think, again, guys. Let's ask the live chat, how many league goals does Ronaldo score now that the season is truly getting going and that the transfer window is slammed shut? I still think he gets 20 goals. 20 goals for Man United. That's right. I know he hasn't scored any yet this season. He's had a few appearances, but he's barely come on. He's just had like some minutes. He's probably had the minutes of one total game, really. He hasn't been able to find the back of the net, but he's looked sharper in the last game. He'll get a shitload of goals. He's the GOAT. Doubt the GOAT, and he will prove you wrong. 15 says Dave the Gamer. 14.5 says Harry. Hey, Gungshi, how's it going, you legend? Says 16. Hope you're doing well today, Don Gungers. Matty Gwyneth says 54. Sue. Simon Warner says 23. 20 plus. Antony says Mark Nurse. You what? But you know, we could line up with Antony in the side against Arsenal. We'll see. But Cristiano Ronaldo is expected to start. He should start anyway because, well, let's face it, he's the better option. Rashford was good in the last game in the sense that he created a goal and got an assist. But he's just generally a little bit Gashford, isn't he? So Who should we play up striker in the next game, folks? Let's have a little vote in the live chat. So I'm going to say, yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo. Let me know if you think Rashford should play. He's affected the game in a positive way in the last game and got an assist. He's done reasonably well recently for Ten Hag. So will Ten Hag change the winning side? I wonder. CR7 says Marky Nurse. I'm doing all right, thank you, Razat Malaysia. Not bad, mate. I haven't been up too long today, just waking up. Marshall's if fit says a Ninja Starman. Ronaldo says Callum. Van der Baker's a false nine, says Harry. Me says Phil Jones. Ronnie says Chris Swift. Ronnie says Rajat. Robin says Mbappe. Nice one, dudes. Okay, so, yeah, interesting. Mbappe. Okay, so, yeah, so absolutely likely that Ronaldo will start. Hey, thank you so much, very much indeed there, bud. Thank you very much indeed here for the super chat from RH. Thank you, RH, for the super chat, bro. Let's get a Sue in there for RH. He comments, will you bring back the hat if things turn really bad? The videos about Ginger Goblin while punching yourself with the boxing glove was peak entertainment. RH, who knows? We've had some fucking raging incidents like that in recent days. The only thing that's not happened is we wearing a hat anymore, guys, because it's been hotter in the UK, mate, and I've got a big load of hair right now. So I've got a man bun and everything, mate. I've got loads of hair. I can't wear a winter hat anymore like that because I just sweat like I'm already sweating, mate. It's already really hot in it. I can't wear a winter hat. I sweat too much. Yes, FIFA tonight indeed. KM absolutely, lad. We're going to go in there raw. Did Depay go anywhere, says John Adair? No, he stayed at Barcelona, bud. He stayed at Barcelona, so he did not go anywhere, dudes, not at all. We should be getting Ronaldo's interview soon, right? About really, yeah, maybe so, CZ Bam. We'll have to see. It's highly possible. I'm going to get into the live chat for a few minutes anyway now, guys. Just wanted to jump on, give you my thoughts and reaction to the transfer window, rate the players, all that sort of stuff, and talk about our current situation. And I'm very happy, guys, with how things are going with Ten Hag and the acquisitions he's made. The players we've brought in have all been excellent. So can't really fault him. He's done a great job in the window getting these players. Most of them are just Ten Hag players that only he would go and get as well, I think. I don't see a different manager if they came into United signing Malacia or Martinez necessarily. They might have done, but yeah, Casemiro, I guess. But most of the players are just Ten Hag guys, and he's done really well with them. So he deserves credit. Thank you, Mr. Hawklands. He deserves a lot of credit for just bringing these players in and then hitting the ground running and looking so good. Because players like Malacia and Martinez has transformed our defence. And certainly players like Eriksen have been an astute signing. And, you know, it's just all positive, guys, with the players that we've signed. Hashtag Glazers out, though, folks. It literally changes nothing. They might have spent $227 million, the most we've ever spent in a window. We know their true reasons why. But at least they have spent this summer. At least we've got a bit of a better squad. That's it. But they need to invest in all areas of the team. And ideally, just get the fuck out now. Ideally, just sell the club to somebody that's going to invest their own money into the football club. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if Man United had owners who actually invested into the football club? So I saw that Liverpool, their owners haven't put a penny of their own money into Liverpool for the last 5 years, but they have been doing really well and generating their own stuff, obviously, and doing well. But Man United owners never have. So, you know, Man United's owners are a bunch of shite when it comes to investment. So that's what really bugs me. What bugs me is the fact we're so much in debt still. These are the biggest things that I hate about the Glazers. We're so much in debt still, and they have never invested in the club, and they kept us in debt, and we're just shackled because of them. It's a disgrace and a nonsense. Roy Keane would be throwing punches at these wankers. Get your green and gold emojis in there, folks, and let us know your thoughts and opinions about the shithouse Glazers. Because does this change your opinion on the Glazers, guys? I don't know. Right. Okay. Do you still want the Glazers out? Yes or no? It's as simple as that. Of course you bloody do. Of course you bloody should. Anyway, just because they spent it one window doesn't change a damn thing for me. But you can't deny they spent this window. They did spend this window. Yes, says Dan McGill. No, Glazers out, says SM3. Yeah, yes, says Batman. Exactly. Get these tosspots out. Yes, says Mint Ninja. Buys doesn't want them out anymore. Raja says yes, of course, says Michelle Ellis and Simon Warner. Exactly, guys. Hashtag Glazer twats out, man. So yeah, thank you everyone for your thoughts and opinions there, dudes. I appreciate that. Right, guys. Okay, I'm gonna get into the chat for a few minutes. Let's see what you guys are saying. The protests need to head over to America in the Glazers' faces. Good shout, Hawklands. Like your style. January will be massive when Sir Jim comes. Interesting, John. I wonder if we'll sign anyone in January. Let's just hope the Glazers shithouses are out by then. But with their spending that they've done in this summer, it doesn't really suggest that they're looking to sell the club, but maybe they're just increasing the value of the club by boosting us up there You know, things like stock prices get increased with big transfers and things like this. And also the asset value is still there. Like, these players are still worth the money that they've paid for them. It's just gone into the club. So if the club was worth 4 billion and they spent 227 million, theoretically anyway, it doesn't work out like this penny to penny. Theoretically, the club should be worth 4.2 billion now, you know. So you know, that's theoretically what should have happened, because it's got assets which are worth money. So yeah. We're having started playing beautiful football, says Aki 3X. Yeah, that's it. Finally, that first half was a joy to behold, mate, against those Leicester shitty scummers. We actually did do a raw job on them, didn't we? We actually did a complete raw, filthy job on them, guys. Okay, guys, by the way, so do you think I should do an afternoon FIFA stream today? What do you reckon, folks? I mean, it's quiet on the old United news front. I'm going to probably do a preview for the Arsenal game either tonight or tomorrow. Do you think we should do an afternoon FIFA? We're going to do an evening FIFA, but should we do an afternoon FIFA? What do you think about that, guys? I don't know. Let us know your thoughts. Maguire must go, says Johnny. Eric Ten Hag has made the correct decision and dropped him. Callum says no, late night FIFA streams are 1,000,000%. No, we're going to do that as well. Yes, rest tonight, says Robin. I'm not going to rest tonight, actually. I'm going to still do it. But yes, says Vincent Bullock and Ice Queen Gaming. Get in there, Ice Queen. Let's go, big guy. I do sell merch SM3, but I don't know. I think there might be a link in the description, actually, pal. Yeah, I think there's a link in the description. I can't put it up in the live chat at the moment. We're not going to say no, says Kate Cadet. Nice one. Okay, who's going to be around and watch it? Smash a 1 if you're going to come and watch it then, dudes. Hey, Rob MEFC. Nice one, mate. Says yes. Get in there. I hope you're doing good today. Okay, right. I'm going to just set it up very quickly then, folks, and we're going to go over there. It's not going to be for a little while. It's going to be about 4. Yeah, let's go for about 4 o'clock or somewhere around there, and just see what's the deal. Yes. Okay, fine. I like it. I like it. Raw, man. Let's go for it. All right then, guys. So I'm gonna pin it to the top of the live chat. Do come and join us for a cheeky little FIFA stream this afternoon if you want. Right. What time? Let's make it for 4. Let's make it for 4. 4 o'clock, that's an hour from now, guys. I actually haven't had any breakfast yet and stuff, so I'm going to eat some breakfast and then we'll go over there and have some fun in the FIFA in the afternoon, dudes. And then we can do a FIFA stream tonight as well, going in there raw this evening. And some sort of United video coming on the channel in a bit also. So let me just see if I could pin this in the chat, guys. FIFA stream here. Boom. Maguire will be the new kit cleaner, says Fat Boy Bob. Right, that's where the link is, guys. So I pin it to the top then. You guys can go over there, and in an hour's time, we'll do a cheeky little FIFA stream, everybody. So please do come and join us for that. Everybody smash that like button over here if you haven't done so. Hit the like on it, smash the subscribe, come back afterwards, get your thoughts and comments in. You can come back and rate the player ratings out of 10 afterwards. So we made 6 signings. Come back afterwards and rate all of them in the not live comment section. You've heard mine. I've seen yours, but I'd like to see them properly afterwards. So come back and get your opinions in there raw in regards to, you know, all the ratings for the players. Beautiful stuff. Thank you, Mark Nurses. Great stream, bro. Thank you, Jim Watkins. Kate Cadet. Which teams had the best transfer windows, says Kate Cadet? I mean, it's us, Chelsea or City, I think, personally. But it's hard to choose. It's very hard to choose. Some may say City because, well, they've got Haaland, and crikey, he could just be one of the best strikers in the Premier League history, etc. So, I don't know. Anyway, fuck those mounts. Let's say us. Thank you, guys, for tuning in. Rajat Valasia, Gungshi, you legend. Thank you, Gungers. Thank you, Simon Warner, Duncan Blefo, John Adair, Rajat, Chris Parker, Jim Watkins, Fire Up, Dutch Christ, Ninja Starman, KM Batman, John Adair, and all the legends. That's the end of this show, but you can come over in an hour's time. We'll do a cheeky little FIFA stream over on the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming. It's pinned to the top of the live chat. I'll put it in the live chat again. Go over there and smash a pre-stream like on it and help us out. And subscribe to the Flying Pig Gaming channel if you're not subscribed to Flying Pig Gaming either. We're going to be bringing loads of content with the new FIFA and stuff coming out soon, so get yourself in there raw. Anyway, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. That's the end of the show. Yeah, good shout, Vincent Bullock, absolutely. Dublin Games, Batman, Chris Parker, Conroy, KM, Ninja, Dutch Christ, Fire Up, John Adair, Batman, and all the legends of the Bacon Brigade, all the moderators in blue, people like Don Gungshi, all the members, people like the Kate Cadet. Thank you for supporting the show, guys. Yep, hit that like, subscribe, come back and comment afterwards with your thoughts. Join us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. Oh shit, let me go and shout out all the legends who tweeted us out, guys. I forgot about that. Let's go over there, dudes. Shout out to all the legends who shared the show. 11 legends have retweeted it, man. Thank you so much to these guys and gals. We got Sonny. Thank you, Sonny, for retweeting the show, mate. And also Vincent Bullock and Feline Fur and Stephen Braun, Aaron Homeyard, Andy, Cassius, the Mario, ADV, Tapfuma, Matty Gwynner, and all the legends. Thank you so much. That's the end of the show, guys. Have a great afternoon. Come and join us for the FIFA stream in a bit. And we'll, oh, crikey. And we'll be going in there raw, guys. Thanks for watching. That's it from me. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and I'll see you in a bit for the FIFA, guys. Take care. We'll be back later as well, by the way, with some United news. Maybe a preview for the Arsenal game. We might do that tomorrow. I don't know. But keep a lookout later on this channel as well. Keep yourself locked by smashing that bell icon. Have a good day, folks. That's it from me. Stay classy. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler. And this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. See